All right. It has been a little bit. It's been a lot going on, but Happy New Year! The comments are back. We finally returned. How is everybody? I know no one's on here yet. That's probably Dex who just popped on. I know we just went MIA for a minute, but there was a lot going on and we just decided to make this our own little winter break. Hey Tasha baby, I see you in there. That's Miami's fine. Hi, Ralph, my love, how are you? What is going on? Are you back yet, Ralph? Because I told you I need to pull up on you and check in on your black ass. Are you okay? Texter, welcome. You're cycling. Internet, you don't be paying them bills. We're not supposed to be doing this from 2021 to 2022. Pay them bills. Hair to diaper. Hey, baby. Hi, Ron Divas. You want to fix your face, sweetie?
No, like it's like like it's weird. Like you're like it's like a delay. Like you said, like you're talking. I don't know. It's weird. It's okay. And right now you're paused, but before like you were talking, but like you you weren't talking at the time. It was like a delay.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we're good right now. I'm going to talk, but am I coming off as delayed still?
For me, but I don't know if it's like that for everybody else.
Yeah, guys, what does it? Because if it's crazy, we can jump off
Oh,
and then jump back on.
maybe it's good now. Did I do drugs today? I don't think I did drugs today.
You might do some drugs. You might do some. Somebody point. I think Tasha said you. That's what I think. That's what it is, Dex. You fucked the whole internet's up because you came on here and the hair is fresh and laid, and it wasn't ready.
My hair's always like this.
It is.
Yeah. It's always like Tasha's on here. Hey, Tasha. Hey. Tasha's one of my best friends. I love this woman so much. She's amazing. She's incredible. She does Zumba. Like she like consistently reinvents herself, but she really reinvented herself in 2000 and what the year we just left, 2021. 2021. She definitely reinvented herself. It was amazing.
Tasha out here getting the child. She was on that football big screen. This is how I talk about sports because y'all know I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Performed at halftime at a Miami Dolphins game. Like Tasha_Hossein. She runs a digital media company. You guys should definitely follow her. She's an incredible person, and I'm gonna try to get her on Industry Friends this season.
Oh, you need to come on. It's the name of the page. You guys can find her at the Digital Rules.
That's it. The Digital Rules.
The Digital Rules. Okay, so make sure you guys pull up if you need any advice or services on how to take this social media thing over. Our girl Tasha got you. It makes me happy that people are showing up, Dexter, because we really did like an MIA and just went ghost. And usually I like to tell people, but it was just so much going on.
Going on. There's a lot going on.
We love y'all.
Holiday.
Thank you.
Holiday season, COVID, work, everything was happening all at one time.
Yes, especially like December hit, and it was like, yeah, we going out with a bang, bitch.
But
and on top of that, Betty White.
What?
Don't.
You're not gonna do that, are you?
You're not coming to my You're not coming to my Golden Girls game night theme party. You will be the only one who's not invited because we're going to turn the fuck up and we're going to come in here dressed like the Golden Girls, and that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, like, look, I think it's very sad that Betty White, I don't want to say sad, but like, you know.
It ain't sad. The woman died 99 damn years. Ain't nothing sad about it.
I'm saying, like, I'm not like, that's why when people are like, oh, Betty White, I'm like, oh, she was 99 years old. Like,
yes.
we could say, like, you know, like, rest in peace, and I think that we could be done with it.
Don't. See, now you're being real motherfucking disrespectful. Just because if one of them old ass wrestlers done passed away, don't ask us to pick your black ass up off the floor, neither.
Funny you said that because I was watching a wrestling show from 2000 over the weekend, and at one point it was 6 guys in the ring. And I was like, he did, and he did. Like, it was like, it's kind of terrible.
But then Did it like make you a little sad in the moment? Like, oh, all my heroes, they're gone.
Get past the match. It was a little uncomfortable watching it.
It was uncomfortable watching it.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. I think for some people it's just so shocking because she was 17 days from her 100th birthday. But I look at stuff like this, we have to be like, that's the dream, like to kind of want to go in that way. Lived her life, an amazing life. The woman was funny as fuck and damn near working up until the end. Just good spirit natured, like and good, like a good natured person. But I think the thing that touches the most, like for me, is like this woman received her flowers while she was here, and people she knew that the streets fucked with her. We fucked with Betty, and Betty fucked with us. So I think that's just why, and especially if you were, well, I'm sure a lot of people, but most black people growing up in the 80s, if the Golden Girls wasn't on in the house, then something was going on. TV must be broken on this night whenever it would come on or just something. It's like the Golden Girls are a part of us. So, but our girls are in heaven sitting around eating cheesecake together. Oh, okay.
I think, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I don't know. I don't get the reference. I've never watched Golden Girls. I know what it is, but I didn't watch it. So, like, I don't understand the cheesecake reference. Did they eat cheesecake? I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. I don't know your situation. I met Betty White with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. That's when I met her. Like, I didn't know her like you knew her. Sorry.
Somebody said, just what I said, now, Dex, I don't want to hear shit when Hulk Hogan go up yonder.
I have so much respect for Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I hate Hulk Hogan. He's racist.
Lot of respect. The Hulk told your black ass. He said, get your black ass out of my restaurant and don't you put them black hands on my daughter.
That's what he got. They recorded I think his ex-fiance or ex-wife, not his ex-wife, not Linda, but some woman he was messing with. She recorded him after a session, and he was
A session?
like, I guess they was having sex. I don't know. Like,
oh, okay. I thought you meant a racist tirade session.
It was a racist tirade section, but the way it was kind of like the way it kind of came out, like it was like she was right next to him. So to me, it was kind of like pillow talk or whatever. And he was saying like, this is Hulk Hogan, the wrestler, guys. Just really quick, I just put this out there. He was basically like, I don't want my daughter to be dating a black man, and if she's black man, hopefully it's like a basketball player or something like that. So one of them with money, and he was saying the N-word and stuff like that. And WWE consistently brings him back. They suspended him and all that stuff at one point, but now they consistently bring him back for whatever reason.
And y'all be the Hulkster, a legend. So I didn't know how much he meant until I watched the documentary. You know me, I'm a documentary person, so a lot of times it doesn't. As long as I kind of somewhat know about the person, I'm intrigued. But yeah, some of our people watch that documentary.
And now they go off for Hulk Hogan. So how are you? Or you don't make New Year's resolutions, do you?
No.
So
because I'm just go ahead. Yeah, thank you for bringing this up. Come on, Deck, with the transition.
I don't necessarily make New Year's resolutions. There are certain things that I say that I'm going to do and I want to do better, and like I'll eat better. And like I have been. Like the first day, I ordered a salad. Yesterday, I had a salad again. So, like, I've been doing really good with salads. Today, I had soup. And then I went to the supermarket today, and I got, like, for no reason at all, I got, like, this king size, and not a regular king size. I mean, like a party size bag of Skittles. Like, why did you do that? Like,
what the?
On a regular, I would never do that. Like, I don't even eat Skittles. And I bought like this king size bag of Skittles, and I'm like, okay, like this is what's gonna last you for the month. My New Year's resolution. Yeah, it's Toya. I wish you could see this bag. The bag is huge. This bag is so big. It's just like, why did you buy that? It was ridiculous.
That's not gonna last you for a good year. You know what? You should put it in your drawer, like hide it, like the Halloween candy, and then 6 months later, it's like you struck gold.
when, when the roaches find it.
Yeah. Just make sure whatever house you in ain't no roaches. But if ain't no roaches in the house or no or little visitors, little Mickeys, you good. Just put it somewhere. If it gets 6 months later, you in a drawer, you pull out them Skittles, victory.
I did it because I do this thing where like, because I don't really eat candy at all, but I do this thing where every once in a while I want something like sweet. And like I think if I have like a handful of Skittles, like that'll satisfy that, and I can just get back to being like normal.
You better get a handful of your wife
To eat candy, like sweets.
Yeah, you make it work. You better. That's the only sweet tooth. That's the only sweetness you need on your tooth.
See, but I feel like if you're not like realistic with this stuff, you're gonna be out there buying Skittles every day, and then that just the purpose of trying to like eat better.
Yeah, no, I think this is kind of the one, I guess, year out, not really a resolution, but just something that I would adopt in my own life anyway, because I just feel like, and it's not necessarily the new year coming, but before then, I've been doing like a lot of like self work on myself, like spiritual and just getting to know me more and like what makes me tick. So, and like, how can I like just go about being a better person in the world for me? So I feel like this year, I guess I could say, and I've been working on it a little bit, it's just being more intentional with, I guess, with the things that I'm saying in my decisions, in my decision making skills, in my speech. Just be intentional, because I feel like we all get like so caught up in the day, and we all do like we're having a bad day and everybody's, you're kind of feeling in the buzzkill mode, but it's very important to try to get yourself out of that mode and try to find things like sometimes just what helps you get through it. Like sometimes for some people, it helps being around people and just constantly talking and in touch. With me, I'm learning that's not me.
That's me.
I got to go the fuck away in this corner in this hole until I get it the fuck together, work on me, and then I can come back to you guys.
Like if I'm going through something, I need to talk to people, not necessarily about what's happening, but just in general. Like, I don't remember it. Like I let things go very easily. So if I'm stressed about something that's like whatever, like last year was a really difficult job year for me because I quit my one job and I had regrets about quitting it, and like half the year was really about that, and that was like half of me was happy about it, half of me was sad about it, and towards the end of the year, it like hit me that was the best decision that I made. Like the conversations and the things that are happening and the doors that open since I did that, and it's like I just had to make that step, and I'm not really a big proponent of change, but making that change and like really like living in there, like things have just been.
It's beautiful. And that's the thing. You got to get out of your comfort zone. Although it's so fucking easy to go back and just do what we're doing because it makes us like, we know this is what it is. But there is absolutely zero growth in your comfort zone. It's cool to get comfortable for a second because we all need those like timeouts, but get comfortable for a second and get right the hell back into life because you need it. And I'm sorry, real quick, the real live Dill was on here. Hey Dill, and I'm so sorry for your loss. A friend of ours, Dylan, he had a close loss in the family, so I just wanted to recognize that. Rest in peace. But go ahead, continue, Bex.
I think that as far as I do echo your sentiments, and I also think there's on top of him, there's so many other people too that have like lost people during the holiday season and also are dealing with stuff like that. And then like with this show, we definitely wanted to be a release from like what's happening in the real world and stuff. Yes. Like for sure, like we definitely praying for people because it's getting like insane out here.
Yeah.
But also, like, outside, speaking of comfort zones, one of the things that I had to learn is that not only was I putting myself in my own comfort zone, I using myself as a vessel almost to get inside other people's comfort zones. Like, I am make other people comfortable, but with making myself uncomfortable, and we have to, like, stop doing that.
Have to. There's no happiness in that for yourself at all, because it's just you're basically playing a game that you'll never be able to win
Yes.
doing that.
It's
So
somebody else is winning though.
yes, and it's one of those things like, and it's okay to give unto yourself, like to people, but you have to realize, you have to make sure that these people that you're giving yourself to and that energy to are worth it and they're appreciative of it. And if you're getting the vibes that that's not happening, then you have to bounce. And sometimes you bouncing, I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you an explanation or whatever. When you're trying to do your healing and build a better you, it don't give a damn what anybody else has to say. You got to focus on you.
And my other thing that I'm doing this year is I'm going to read a book a month. I am 3 days behind on that schedule. But I am going to read a book. I'm starting with the Will Smith book. I got it for Christmas. And
Okay.
I'm going to read a book every single month. I'm going to read a book. Maybe more.
I love it.
But let's start slow.
I mean, you can always pick up a couple pamphlets, sweetie, and that's reading.
Oh, there's that. But I really want to like really be intentional about reading books. And I want to like, because I feel like sometimes, because I do a lot of this, like talking and stuff like that, like with podcasts stuff. And like, I feel like my wording sometimes is a little like not the best. Like I want to be more like, I know I'm more of an intellectual and I can talk and say, but I think it's because I don't read as much. Like I really overuse certain words and stuff like that, and I gotta do better than that.
Yeah, because it's that comfort zone that we're all in. But that's okay, baby. You ain't got to be out here and be the motherfucking dictionary for us to get it. Like, because you want to make sure we understand what you're talking about too. So make sure you speak to us in the dummy terms.
Well, I mean, also, like, there's something happening for me, like work-wise, where I would be like having more conversations with people. So I have to like, I gotta like, get it together.
It's going to be gotten together, sweetie. It is coming. But yes, first and foremost, happy New Year to everybody out there. Everybody's been going through a lot. So we're just trying to put good vibes and energy out there, and that's why we want to come to you. It's so funny, Dex, because of this time being off. And today, I'm not even going to hold you. I was a little nervous coming back today because part of me, like, I do really love this, and I find a lot of joy in it. So I think, I don't know, even though I was like, I know that, but it kind of scared me. I don't know why, but again, we're in a space of we're learning more about ourselves and just walking into your purpose. And a lot of times walking into your purpose can be a very scary thing when you don't know what the hell is going to happen.
Creative T said that got a green screen. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, giving them checks as cash in, sweetie. Something else. Damn, okay, maybe it'll hit me later, but something else I wanted to talk about relating to the new year. But something I just noticed, I think we mentioned this on the show before, but now it's actually becoming into fruition. The very first test of the driverless tractor trailers are here. They took I want to say, I don't know how many, they took a long trip with observations, make sure everything went okay. But it's kind of scary because it's one of those things that damn Will Smith, he done tried to tell us, the machine's just going to come and take our jobs.
Well, technically, he said the machine's going to take our lives.
Well, it ain't on its way. You're taking my livelihood.
It's weird, though, because it seems as if, like, that is always a point of contention. Like, the machines are going to take over and kill us. Like, that's always the thing. Like, with Transformers, with, like, every Will Smith movie he's made in the past 10 years. Like, all these things, like, point to that, right? But they never point to, like, the machines taking our livelihoods away. And, like, that is something that's actually scarier than these machines killing us, to be honest. Like, we're still living on this earth. Like, I know some of them are getting ready to move to space and leave the rest of us down here. That's a theory that I have. But to live here and have to stay here, like, I am a little nervous about the machines. Like, remember before I told you that I never go to self-checkout.
Yeah, you did.
For two reasons. I don't go to self-checkout because, like, I have money now, so I don't have to steal anymore.
We're very rich now.
Just kidding. No, but I do think that like while like a lot of cashiers may have attitudes and stuff like that in certain stores, whatever, it's still the human interaction and it still keeps that person employed. And I think that the more we use the self checkout stuff, the more it's like, well, we don't need this person, and then that takes a the job. And long term, I just don't think that's a really good idea.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. But Dex, I love you to death. But if I see them lines crazy and old girl sitting up there or old boy sitting up there like he annoyed by the presence of everybody in these lines and the self checkout ain't got nobody there, that's where I'm going.
Okay. But I'm telling you, but that self checkout, okay, like it starts there, self checkout there, but then when our jobs to find a way to make that like machine operated, and then it's just like we're just sitting out, like what are we going to do? Like what's our job?
We all make homeless, find a beach and be homeless and happy, because that's just what's going to happen. These machines going to be working. What we going to be out here doing? We're going to be robbing. Like, what's happening?
Ali Kipper said there's a cashier monitoring the 6 self-checkouts. No, they're not.
Well, maybe. Depends on the store.
Toya, no, it don't. When I was in... Trust me.
You're talking about college, but you've been out for a while now. That you have them cameras up there sitting there looking at you, which I've been feeling really fucking judged at the self-checkout. Like, it'll be one of those things like, all right, something going through. All right, let me just see, like, something didn't run through right. So you're trying to figure it out. And then the camera want to zoom in on you. But they're not stealing.
Yes, they are. That's what. Let me tell you, the person that stands there, the attendant, they're like, you can go to this one, this one, this one. They just let you go to the one or whatever. They not what I'm telling you, Allie. Next time you go to wherever you shop, go to Walmart. Actually, go to Walmart and still nobody's gonna catch you. I'm telling you, nobody's gonna. And if they see
bro, talk disclaimer. Shoot.
The views and opinions that don't reflect me or LaToya, I don't do it. I'm just saying I think that people do.
Anymore, you're in recovery, and that's amazing. It's been so long.
I may have done it. I may have done that like 3 times in my life.
College. I gotta eat, and I'm not going home hungry.
No, but it was unnecessary though. Like we would.
It's nothing unnecessary.
Yes, it was, because you know we would still this is terrible, I'm saying this out loud. But like the statute of limitations is passed though. Like we would chasers for alcohol.
Oh,
juices. He's still in juices. Poor thing. Chips and like stuff like that. Stupid stuff. Like real stupid stuff.
So you was risking it all for some chasers?
Like little Pepsis, Minute Maid juices, yeah. Stupid stuff. I'm telling you, we were still just stupid stuff.
So what would you be mad like if you got arrested and like really had to do something?
Oh, I wouldn't get caught.
A little time for it? Because I feel like for me, I'd be pissed. Like if I were a klepto or like a stealer, and this is my profession. I'm gonna be so mad if I get pinched for something stupid, knowing that I was down at the Gucci, running into the Louis, snatching shit with my friends.
Even back then in college, when we would do things like that, I don't even think we would be that crazy to go into like King of Prussia Mall and like the way people are. We were being ridiculous, honestly. We were being stupid. We were poor, actually. So we were just doing that. These people today are crazy. Like, y'all are criminals.
What? It's all the risk. The bigger the risk, the bigger reward, Dax.
Take me to jail for a little Debbie snack, and you're going to let this man steal Gucci? I don't know.
I'm sorry. Guys, my asthma's still acting up, which is why it ain't the Rona. I promise, it's the asthmas.
Oh, my God. COVID test.
You what?
If I take one more COVID test.
You know what's crazy?
3 today.
Are you okay?
I just at work, every time my coworker's like, I'm gonna go down and take a test, I said, yeah, I'm gonna do one too. Cause like everybody keeps catching it, and then like you take one and then you get the results back, and then somebody else around you is like, oh, I tested positive, or and it's just it's a lot. So I'm just like, let me go take another test. I'm like, get me out of here. I can't take this anymore. And when I say here, I mean Earth.
Not Earth. Not find a black hole and throw me in it. I'll take my chances.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, Yana.
And then before the break, I took a COVID test every single day for a week. I took a test every day for a week. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've only taken one test in my life, and that was Mexico or Dexico.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, one other time. So that's two. Dexico, and then did we have to take one before Dexico?
I encouraged you to take one, but clearly you didn't.
I might have.
It wasn't required, so.
I'm just, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Like,
how do you know? I'm about to stop hanging out with you.
Because sit your ass in the house.
Don't invite me out nowhere else with you. I'm not going.
I'm not going out nowhere. Sit in the house.
Creative T said if you're
and then,
Creative T said if you're vaccinated, you don't have to take them. And who told you that?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I look at it like this because I live by myself in this stage, fortunately. I feel like I'd be a bit different about it and more like hypersensitive. Oh, I gotta go because I just want to make sure I'm not giving it back to my family. But outside of that, I'm like, the whole world is going to have it at some point in time. I probably already had it. So, I mean, I'm doing what I can do to be responsible. I'm comfortable around people who have had it because, shit, y'all the safest niggas in the room. Especially if you had it recently. You got at least a good 6 months of you said.
Well, so me personally, I take them because I'm super precautious. I wear 3 masks. I use hand sanitizer all day. Like, I put Listerine strips in my mouth. Like, I'm very serious about, like, not catching COVID. Like, I don't want to catch it. And I don't know if it's my precautions or because, like, in my past life, I was a Power Ranger. But, like, I never caught COVID. Like, I think that I'm, like, immune to it because, like...
You might have a natural immunity to it. You really might. I say you.
Oh, superhero blood is what I have.
No, that's a lot. Well, I mean, you might be having superhero, but this is the God in me, sweetie. So you can't see this.
God,
what a little superhero.
God is your vaccine.
Yeah, Jesus and the Bible is my vaccine, sweetie. You heard what Porsha said. We'll get into that, but go ahead.
That was all I had. I just said. Tasha said Listerine cures COVID. Well, you live in Miami. You wouldn't know. But let me tell you.
No, but actually it does. I was looking. It was so funny because when it came out and said that, I figured like the stores would be flooded and wouldn't be no Listerines. But y'all niggas is nasty and y'all ain't rinsing them out.
Tasha lives in Miami. And I feel like we let Miami, well, Florida in general, we let them off very clean with COVID because we were saying, like, all you got to do is smoke the hookah in Texas and Atlanta. But Miami has been ridiculous the entire time, too. I think
Art Basel.
With them, as long as you can play Pitbull at a crazy level, you can't catch COVID. That's how they are in Miami. Like, if you play Pitbull, you blast Pitbull, we good over here.
They got the cure.
And if
they got the cure, come on down here. Come on down to Florida, get you some. It ain't no COVID. Only places COVID don't exist here in the States, and y'all are good, is Atlanta in particular and Florida. The whole state of Florida.
Texas.
They be wilding down there too?
Oh, yeah, they be.
I ain't heard nothing about Texas lately.
Bro was in Texas.
What was in Texas?
World.
I'm sorry, you Astro World?
Was in Texas.
Oh, shit. Well.
And in Philadelphia, if you don't want to get your COVID, I guess you got to steal, because that's all y'all been doing out here, stealing the.
Mr. COVID.
It looked down on people who wear masks in Miami. But that's a thing though in Philadelphia, like too. Like
yes. I swear to beans and rice Dex, I was stopped in Chick-fil-A one day after the gym, and I'm in there. The line was too long, huh?
You went to Chick-fil-A after the gym?
Yes, sweetie. And don't ask me my strategies because you see the results. Don't sit there and try to fucking play me, sweetie, because we getting it out here.
You remind me.
Okay.
You remind me of somebody I know.
Now I'll remind you of somebody you know. Nope. We ain't different. We different.
No cap.
Because when I go to Chick-fil-A, I'm ordering these salads. Y'all be ordering Y'all be supersizing me in it. And Chick-fil-A only make a certain type of body anyway, so we good.
Okay, go with your story. Wait, real quick before you go though, how's your air purifier working?
My air purifier is fucking amazing and it's on. Oh, that's Javon. Yes. Yo, I told the girl, y'all gotta reach out. Javon, what is her information? Put it up here because I want to pin it. What Tara, I'm sorry, I can't forget her name. She's one of the pallet flippers. So Javon hooked me up and got me one of these because air purifiers are expensive as shit out here. So I wasn't trying to pay over a certain amount of money for it, but Javon linked me with the pallet flipper and we got it for a nice price. So if y'all need them expensive products, hit the girl up. But yeah, my air purifier is amazing. It's really helping me with my asthma. Y'all might not see it, but I got the whatchamacallit sitting back there, the humidifier. So yeah, we in here. We just trying to keep it going. Oh, first and foremost, well, before we really get into more stories, I just want to say right now, thank you to every single person who, rather you called, you texted, you either said a prayer, you commented, and just those prayers really, I believe in, and just the power of more, something bigger. And my dad really needed those prayers as he was fighting COVID. Luckily, he is home. He is getting better. Not 100%. It will take some time, but it really like effed us up because he almost checked out of here to the point where even the doctors were like, they don't even understand how you're here still. It's determined based off of the determination of how he was when he showed up at that hospital. So just thank y'all so very much. And at some point in time, because I want him to be fully healed, I want him to come on and tell his story to a sense. And Creative T, that is the reason why I want him on here, because no, he was not vaccinated. He was, and we know them all. There are people out there, anti-vaxxer, and was not hardcore on it because he was an anti-vaxxer, but he wasn't out being reckless in any way, shape, or form. Mostly home, not working really. So that's why I'm like, it's just one of those things with COVID. 9 times out of 10, if you haven't had it already, you don't know about it, you're going to get it at some point in time. So I look at it like the vaccine is just kind of like an insurance policy that you don't die. Now, there's no guarantee that it's not going to happen, but at least there's some type of padding there. And in 2022, I don't want to argue with anybody else about these vaccines anymore. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I don't have a conversation with people whether they want to be vaxxed or not, because like I can't catch COVID because I have superhero blood. So like whatever happens to everybody else, like that's
you gotta stop saying Dexter intentional and what you're saying. Be careful. Because remember before one of our last fucking shows, I told COVID, fuck you, I'm not coming, I'm going out and I'm vaccinated, I'm gonna be in these streets. And that bitch looked at me and said, oh, that's what you gonna do? Sit all your asses in the house. And that bitch tried to take my daddy from me. So be the fuck careful.
I'm with Tuscan_leather. It's beneath me at this point. Truthfully, arguing about a vaccination is and always was beneath me. Like I really don't care, people. Like I hate to say this, but if you die, you die. Like it just is what it is. Like I can't go back and forth with you about something like that. That's silly on my part.
Mm-hmm. I just don't understand the people. Here's my thing. Like, okay, you're anti-vax, and that's fine, and it's cool. And hopefully, if you do get it, or right now, it's a matter of time. When you do get it, I just pray you're okay. But don't do the vaccinate. Don't be the, I'm so hardcore and, but I'm a pure blood and this and that. And then you want to get COVID, and then you want to be scared.
A pure blood? They be saying?
That was trending. That's what they was calling themselves.
Wow. Not you can't be American talking about some pure blood. You eat McDonald's. Ain't nothing pure about blood. Like, what you talking about?
Ain't nothing pure.
Though, just the last thing on COVID, I don't like that mindset though of we're all going to catch it. It's just a matter of time. I don't like that because to me, that is the narrative. Like at work, I hear that narrative a lot now. And I think that
Mhm.
being pushed so that people could do what they want to do. Like with the
I
CDC,
think that's stupid,
with the
though.
CDC changing those rules and stuff like that, it really went from it really went from the mindset of we're trying to make sure we don't catch this to
Hmm.
and that I don't like because I feel like we're giving them what they want. And like if I wanted to know what Delta Airlines wanted us to do, I would have asked them. But I'm asking the United States government, and we should not be run by Delta Airlines. That's
I can't even and I 1000% agree with you, Dex, and why I'm checked out. I just need this. The shit is here. It's not going anywhere. CDC, please stop telling this. Oh, well, if you got it, you can only chill for 5 days. If you asymptomatic, because sitting for 5 days. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but isn't it in your system? Rather, I mean, if you're still testing positive for it, whether you're asymptomatic or not, and you've been given clearance to just walk out in the street, aren't you still passing it? Like, maybe I need to educate myself a bit more about it. Because maybe I don't know. But to me, I'm like, listen, I'm just looking at shit. COVID is still here. Take the proper precautions if you can. But at the end of the day, there could be a pop. Like, it's so easily fucking transmittable. I've probably had it 3 times already. Who fucking knows? Like, I don't, especially with my asthma situation and bronchitis, like, you never know. And now we're in a state, I just saw somebody post the other day between allergies, cold season, flu, you just on high alert. And I just refuse to subject myself to that game anymore of in my mind driving myself crazy. Is it COVID? Just take the proper precautions. If you feel as though you possibly have some symptoms of anything, just stay the fuck away from people then. That's all you can do.
I knew it was time for me to leave the COVID conversation alone when the CDC made rules, but then I was at church over the past weekend, and I was talking to someone, and she said, you got to be so careful. I just ordered me some goggles because I know you can catch it through your eyes. And at that point, I said, I'm done with it. I'm not doing this.
Thank you. I can't do this.
It wasn't like somebody who I would look at and be like, oh, this person's dumb. Like, it's a person who's fairly educated. So, like, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to stop.
Yes. And look, creative teaching, that's what it is. It's the COVID anxiety. And we have so much other anxieties dealing with the world and in our personal lives. Like at the end of the day, we know the nature of the beast and it's out here. Shit is revved the fuck back up. Stay in the house. Just stay in the house.
If you want to.
That's it.
If you want to.
Yeah, and if you don't, okay.
Because another thing I can't do is judge people for doing what they want to do. If the places are open and people are allowing people to go in there, then people are going to do it. And like we look crazy sitting at home looking at these people on social media saying that you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that. Well, it shouldn't be open. And if it's going to go.
And it's one of those things I can't control nobody but me. So listen, if you want to go out, live your best life, that is amazing. Just stay away I'll just stay away from you. If I see you out here and and here's another thing, some of the people, they'll get COVID, some of the anti-vaxxers. I don't even go nowhere. I don't even be doing nothing, this and that. Sweetie, the stories say otherwise.
How come your Instagram story says otherwise?
What? Because according to Instagram, you was out popping it.
This not you?
They used to have a family get together. I could have swore I saw 30 people in that room. You don't know how you got it though? Okay. All right. Like, and that's what I'm just saying. Just if you get the shit, you'll be good, but it just is what it is. And they said, so Creative T said Mike, is it Mike Jarrett from Box 29 got COVID again? I think. I'm not sure. I don't know if you see Mike. Oh, he just caught it again recently, Creative T? I had no idea. Shit. It just is what it is. Just say a prayer. Say a little prayer for you. You know, bitch can't sing. Okay, let's get into Porsha Family Matters. Dexter. So this was the show when it first came out. Porsha stopped the world by taking that woman's husband. Well, I don't believe you can't take nobody's man. He got to be willing to get out. But for the narrative, the sake of the narrative and talking about it, it just is what it is. So then Porsha gets this thing. Oh, we're going to have a spinoff. Y'all really going to get the truth. You want to see it. Don't, it might not make sense now, but when the show hits, you're going to see it. I'm seeing a bunch of dumb as ass happening on the show. Are you seeing something different, Dexter?
I think what's crazy is that Porsha Williams, who's like one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she is an executive producer on this series. Now, from ending, an executive producer decides what goes in, what doesn't go into shows and whatnot. They have some creative control. I think I've seen every episode. I might have missed like an episode or two, but I definitely seen the most.
Yeah.
I know I saw the first episode, but I might have missed some episodes in between. But the 2 episodes that I did see, this don't do her no favors at all. Like, I don't understand your relationship anymore. I don't understand why you broke up with the ex. I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand why Bravo would even greenlight this show. It's really ghetto. It's embarrassing.
Very.
And like, she was someone who they really like pushed. Like, she was a big star on the house show. She had another show on the network, like a late night show on the network. It seems as if like they like her, so they wanted to do something for her, but this show does her no favors. And I'm not saying the show edited to make her look good, but like, at least do something where there could be an argument, so we can say like, oh, well, she did this because of that. She just looks bad. And then yesterday on the show, they were fighting, like physically fighting. She was physically swinging at. Now, I guess we got to watch it next week to see, because I can't tell if she was swinging at just her ex, or if she was swinging at his mom too. Because his mom was kind of standing there too, and she's been having beef with the guy's mom, and it's not a good look
at all. You're up here looking stupid. I'm sorry, Ron Divas. She asked what kind of tea I'm drinking. It's turmeric and ginger tea. Yeah, trying to keep that bronchial thing together. But yeah, and at first, like, we like to play and be like, you don't let no woman's husband get in the way of your happiness. Like, but we're joking when we say that. But at the end of the day, like, Porsha, your daughter's going to see this. Your future kids are going to see this. Anytime Simon said, not Simon, but her baby's father, they had that one-on-one conversation. Simon gonna say, "Oh, I got the moving truck for the chicks. Once it's time for y'all to go, I got the moving trucks." And Dennis gonna say, "Oh, I hope Porsha ready for that."
I think overall,
what land of delusion is she in?
I think overall, what's problematic about this entire thing is that people are being very honest. Like, this is reality TV. I don't think any acting or nothing like that. I think they're really being honest. It's just that you could tell that these people don't necessarily have her best interest at heart, though. Like, they don't necessarily care. They're doing what they want to do, and they're saying what they say. And I think that the behavior on the show amongst everybody is reckless, and I don't think it's a good thing that to be on television. I really don't. I don't think it's necessary for TV.
It's so funny because True Gemini just said Dennis is the star of the show. And I feel like maybe not necessarily the star, but with all this from what we're seeing, I would say he's probably the most like level-headed and the realist when it comes to kind of the situation and looking at it. But at the same time, you're a part of the mess.
Yeah, but
so
I'll tell you, like yesterday when I was looking at it, because I'm like, every week this guy seems like he's smarter than she is. Every week it's or the one, but then like yesterday and the one they're on a family retreat. He brings a date. That's weird to me because like obviously it's our extended family. Why are you bringing some random person? And then yesterday on the show, I was like, I really can't watch stuff like this because this is stupid to me. He was, I think it's her brother or something like that. He was
what?
The other guy on the show. Is he her brother or something like that? I don't know who he is.
No, that's one of her assistants. He's an assistant and they became a friend. So not employed by her anymore, but they're friends now.
A billion people on this show. I can't even keep up. But
I know.
Dennis cheated on Porsha while she was pregnant, and then he hired the woman who he cheated on to work at one of his nightclubs, and the guy saw the girl and told like Porsha and her sister whatever. He's not wrong. And then
Yeah.
that you're upset about that, and you're on TV telling this guy you want to fight him because he did that. You look
Stupid.
see.
Just own it. You gotta own the shit.
And that's the reason why, like, people like Dennis is the star of the show, and I'm like, yeah, but like he's just as bad as the rest of them, though. Like, this is problematic, and even his behavior and his conversation towards the younger girl on there,
That's my issue.
all of it is just bad. Like, this is just not it's not good TV, and I know that drama sells and people are into that and stuff like that, but like we got to do better, because when they have
Do you think that you feel that way? Because this type of programming, it's nothing new. Like, it's been happening. Do you feel like this is different because of the network it's on?
Yeah, and I think that they're doing this on purpose, because remember, there's other shows or other characters stuff get spinoffs and stuff like that, but it's not this ghetto. Like, it's just not.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I'm the same way when it comes to Bravo. Like, you talked about a while ago, the video I did about the bitches bare breasting each other on Real Housewives of New York City. And I'm like, yo, like, no offense, I don't come here for that. Like, there's different networks I can go to and definitely get that. But it's just certain things, it's a certain type of, I like messy, but I like, it doesn't have to be like ratchet messy. I don't want it to get dangerous messy, just a little fun mess. But this, in this regard, is too much.
Yesterday, the same, in this, I guess, last thing on this, one of the characters on the show is alleging abuse from another character. That is, when I say this is getting like ghetto, like, I mean that. Like, that's when it's too much. Like, there's other people who know how to deal with conflict well. They're not fighting each other. They're not doing all this extra stuff. And truthfully, fighting doesn't really bother me. I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, you can. But when you're alleging abuse and stuff like that, like, this is serious now. And it's like bigger than just TV. And that's
Thank you.
This is too much.
And then Portia's out. This girl, I mean, who knows? She could be lying. If you ask me, she a bit damn much anyway. And I don't trust her as far as I could throw her. But at the same time, like, Porsha, these allegations are like real shit. This is your family. And so for the next day, for you to just be jet skiing, like,
no big
this girl ain't like you. And I understand not addressing it right yet because you're a public figure. So it has to be done in the right way. But just go silent for a few days then until you figure it out. To just get on, you look stupid.
It comes across that you don't care.
Yeah, like, it's just wild. And I guess let's transition to the next stupid ass decision and what's going on in just the world of reality. What's her name? One of them rappers' girlfriends, Moneybagg Yo's girlfriend, Ari, I think her name is. I think that's the one, Ari. So she was being interviewed by something. I forgot the girl's name, but she went viral a while ago too for this skit that she did. And they were just having a conversation, about dating and I guess like signs of a man loving you. And she proceeds to say, when it comes to arguing, like, she like a dude that, no, let me know how much you care about me. Like, if I'm trying to leave and get myself together, like, pull the gun out on me to make sure that I stay, because that's the only way you're going to love me. Because that's how I know the love is real. Then, to add insult to injury, she didn't enjoy the backlash that she received from that, because people these are real life fucking situations that you don't play with. They're not fucking cute. So her response to that is, for all of you victims out there that done been through it, y'all, I don't care about your situation. But cancel this bitch.
But you know what, though? Like, we have to stop that, though. We really do. Like, we can't, if this is what she's saying that she likes, she's into, we really can't be yucking somebody else's yum. Because when you do that, yes, there are a lot of victims in this world who have dealt with stuff like that, and they see themselves as a victim because they've dealt with it. And so, like, when she comes out and she makes a statement like that, people feel like they need to say, you can't do this, you can't say this because I went through this. If she doesn't see it as a problem, there's no way she's going to sympathize with you. And, like, I feel like we do this.
I don't need you to sympathize. Dexter, I love you, but this is some fucking bullshit.
Okay.
Because this is the problem with the world right now. People need to have fucking empathy. These are serious consequences. You have children. This could happen to you. Your mother was probably getting her fucking ass beat on. There's just certain things you don't play with. And I'm all for people making a misstep on words. But at some point, you gotta fucking have accountability for the shit that you're saying. You could clearly say, like, listen, that's what I feel. I'm just telling you what I feel. That's for me. Is it toxic as fuck? Is it the right thing to do? Hell no. But that's what gets me to fuck going. But for you to fucking sit there and just disregard, that's the problem. That's why we are where the fuck we are today, and nobody is held accountable for any fucking thing that they do. Everything is not fucking funny. I'm sorry.
The reason she's going to respond and react like that is because she doesn't feel that way. So, like, you're telling me that I should feel bad about something that I don't feel bad about, and you're saying
you ain't gotta feel that way. Shut the fuck up.
But you can't.
Shut up. We did not need your second. And we didn't need your second reasoning to go hard. Just shut the fuck up.
No, because what's going to happen, you would do this to this girl, just based on how you're reacting right now. You would say, girl, you are stupid. You would say that to her.
No, I wouldn't, because you're stupid, so you don't deserve my energy. So I'm not going to give you anything.
Well, people are saying that to this girl. They're telling her that she's stupid. They're telling her that she's dumb, that she sounds dumb, that she's ignorant. People are doing that, 100% doing that.
Yeah.
Clapping back because she's offended by what they're saying to her. The same way how they're offended by what she's saying, they don't like what she's saying, they're saying and giving them what she feels that they gave them. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I do get it, because people don't like to feel attacked. The same when you say stuff like this is cute to me and whatever, there's a woman who got killed or knows someone who got killed because of that same situation. So they're looking at you like, you can't be in this situation, you got to get out, you sound crazy. And they're going to tell her this. But they're not going to tell her like, oh, you got to be careful. They're going to say, you look crazy, you got to get out of this situation, this is stupid. She's going to take that, and she's not going to be like, oh, maybe they're trying to help me. She's going to be like, they're trying to attack me, they're trying to do this and the third to me, and I'm clapping. That's the reason why she's giving them the reaction that she's giving.
And that's cool. You should have had that conversation in a closed door, 2-person conversation, and you have that. You took this shit to social media. You made this fucking public, and now you have a problem because people take issue with what the hell you said. Again, you can feel like that all you want to. You can be sitting there and nigga had a gun to your head and you're like that. If that makes you tick, that makes you the fuck tick. But at the end of the day, you're going to be accountable for the shit that you have said. I'm sorry, that's what it is.
About who though?
And people need to hold people accountable for the shit. Do better next time. It just is what it is. Do better. Fuck that.
Accountability can't be you call me stupid. Because I'm not, you can't hold me accountable by calling
me. It is. You took this to socials. You made this public. And you can't control the reaction that other people are going to have. That's the thing.
You can't.
So you wanted the clout. Here it is.
But I'm telling you, if I say something that you don't like and you calling me stupid, that's not helping me or you. Like, that's not helping the situation. And I'm
okay, but you know who it's going to help? Possibly the next young girl who's looking at your fucking life and is sitting there just idolizing everything that you're doing, and they think that's the way to go. Somebody's got to say it. Now, you going to choose to go in the direction that you want to go in. Feel free to do that. But at the end of the day, somebody's got to fucking say it. Somebody has to set the tone and set, like, just not boundaries. I guess you could call it boundaries. I don't know.
I do think
possible boundaries, but just let people know right is right, wrong is wrong. That is a wrong reaction to that situation.
The reason my opinion is framed this way is because I look at the R. Kelly situation where, like, those girls were in that situation. We all looked at it and we're like, this is insane. This is crazy. And people were saying, where are the parents? Where are this and the third? And they start calling these girls stupid and saying they don't make any sense. They're doing dumb stuff. And what did those girls do? Like, look at the Gayle King interview. What did those girls do? They lashed out. They didn't necessarily feel that way. The one had said she didn't really feel that way, but she lashed out because she felt attacked. And I think that's what happened in this situation. The girl feels attacked. So she's lashing out.
I'm sorry. I just saw something come up across the TV. Nicki Minaj asked somebody, hey, fellas, what's your ball size? What? She tweeted.
Maybe she's talking about bowling.
What is happening in the world?
Maybe. Oh, hey, Miss Jackson, Happy New Year.
Miss Jackson, hey, what is happening in the world?
Maybe she's talking about bowling balls.
I don't think on the ball. She said fellas.
Because girls don't ball. Only boys.
Listen, let me not listen. We might need to stop this right now because we're 2022. It's the year of the pronouns
See?
and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, okay, but she still said fellas though, so that really only applies to men. Like that doesn't apply.
Well, you could be a man and not have a set of balls now.
Okay, but then you can answer the question and say small, or
Well, you can.
I don't know.
You can answer the question because it ain't like you don't have a horse in that race.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I got a job to keep, so I'm gonna shut up. I'm alone. I don't know.
This is where we are. Me and my mom were having a conversation about something the other day, and I looked at my sister, and it was like something about like the pronouns and stuff. And because my sister is like, she's the generation, and I just looked at her. I said, "Daddy, I'm sorry. This y'all stuff. I know I'm probably butchering stuff, but I apologize. Like, just know my heart is in the right place."
Don't say butchering.
See, you can't say shit.
Yeah. Brian, I just work to you. And
Too much.
yes, MC Lean.
Oh, MC Steve McLean. That's my pumpkin. We used to work together. Didn't she say her cousin's balls swell from the test?
Her cousin's friends' testicles got swollen after taking that COVID vaccination.
Did she see that?
The person don't exist, so no, she didn't see nothing.
It's too much. This is too much. Okay, let's get into this other story. So, I'm sitting home, lonely on New Year's Eve. So I'm, channel surfing, going through the stuff, and I land on CNN. So CNN, and like sometimes I do like the little news outlets, and sometimes even Fox News, I'll go and see them, and MSNBC, because I feel like it's usually traditionally it's always kind of the one time of year that they can it's acceptable for the news people to let loose and have a little fun. I guess to the masses, we're in an era of people like seeing people be themselves, but I'm with you on that, Dex. Like, you're supposed to be a respected news person. I don't mind seeing you a little typical company. Make me feel like I'm at the company holiday party. Be a little fun, but you just sloppy on TV. And today, this year, it just seemed like it was at an all-time low. Even from what I just read before we got on, CNN is not going to have Andy Cohen's messy ass back because he was just being drunk and somewhat incoherent, and there was a lot of rambling going on. So they said it was an embarrassment. But why y'all just talking about it like Andy is his fault? Because his friend was the one who brought him on, and y'all thought it was a good idea, and he was just as tipsy as Andy. So why are you using him as a scapegoat?
I think it's easy to blame it on Andy because Andy's not one of their anchors. But I think that we really should have looked at this and pulled it back. You literally just fired Chris Como last month. So why would you think it's a good idea to have your primetime host on New Year's Eve on air just talking about whatever and being drunk and inappropriate? Why would we think that made any sense? And then you blame the guy who don't really work at your network. They did the same thing to Cafe before, where it's
yes, they did
us under the bus because we'll save our own people or whatever. But no, your people were just as guilty.
Yes, and my thing is, again, we're in a state of hold people accountable. Yeah. Don't just use him as a scapegoat because your people was acting a hot ass mess too. So just address it. People get it. We live in a real world. Listen, that's the money. So at the end of the day, we know that as business, we gonna go where the money is. But another thing is another person I have a bone to pick with on CNN. Lemon. Stop getting on these TV and trying to make putting these people in our business and telling them what's going on in our households and how we relate to each other. And then you want to go up on the CNN New Year's Eve thing, trying to crack them same jokes, and they don't went over well because people looking at you like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
They don't live in our houses. Meaning just the masses, because you know how our people, these people, fuck you mean by these people, you people, I'm not saying that, but people who are just, you're not a part of the culture, the day to day of the culture.
Yeah.
So, and even the girl that he was interviewing was like, nah, boy, like, fall back.
Because
I got a career.
It's like you can tell that they've been given the green light to just do what they do. Like they've been to do it. But other people who are trying to build careers and stuff, like they are like, yeah, I don't know if I can get away with it the same way you can. So they don't.
Yeah.
And you can see that. It's very obvious. And is thrown off by Don Lemon and Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen for the couple minutes that I did watch. Because you know what? I was watching ABC, and Ryan Seacrest, or it was ABC. Ryan Seacrest wasn't sloppy and he was drunk. You know who else wasn't sloppy and drunk? Ashanti. And she performed. She ended off the year performing at New Year's Rockin' Eve. I was super excited to see it. And I'm telling y'all, like 2021 was that girl's year. She should have been named Person of the Year. Whoever had like awards and stuff like that should have given Ashanti her flowers because she definitely deserved them in 2021.
You know what, Dexter? I'm going to just give you, because you must have been so wowed by it and it touched you. That performance touched you in such a way, because you're the only person I've ever heard talk about the performance on New Year's.
Y'all are anti-Dick Clark. Y'all want to watch?
That's a lie.
Y'all want to watch?
Dick Clark is an American hero. Don't you do that don't you do it. See, that's the problem. You'll be respecting your elders.
Well, why you ain't watch special then? Why you watch Don Lemon and is Don Lemon?
Because I like to mix it up and I needed to see the messiness, because here was the thing. Dick Clark and y'all wasn't keeping it messy enough. I had to go over and keep my eye on what was going on with Don over there, and I would have missed those jeweled moments, and I wouldn't have anything to talk about on this show today had I been over there watching a lackluster performance on a New Year's Rockin' Eve that you really enjoyed.
It was amazing. It was incredible.
Next caller.
They had that guy you like on there too. He wears like all the crazy outfits. And I think he was in like Orange is the New Black or something like that. You like him a lot.
Well, the New Black is a show about the women's in the jail.
This guy is like trans. He's not transgender.
If he's trans, it's a woman. We're not doing this.
No. He's not trans. Maybe it's just Billy Porter. He was on there.
Oh, he was? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, he's just a gay man. I don't know what pronoun he uses, but he's gay and he's a man. I know that much. Shit.
Pose. He's on Pose. That's the show.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said but yeah, he hosted it in Louisiana. Then Sierra was on there looking amazing. She did it in LA. Nicole Scherzinger, Rosalind Sanchez, who looks like Nicole Scherzinger, was in Mexico.
Yes.
They did a really, really good show. Like outside of Ja Rule, I think just the show overall was just, and it was just like I don't need to watch Don Lemon and all them be drunk on CNN. Like we have really be right here on ABC.
Yeah, come on, listen, I'm a company man. Let's set up that future, Dex. I'll see you. Oh, boy, you better let them know. How many years a journalist?
10.
They ain't ready for you, Dex. They not. Okay, so on to something else. Like, I guess we're somewhat in this a realm of annoyance. I'm sorry. If you could see how I have my ring light rigged, you would either think I was very ghetto or you'd be very impressed. Just, it depends on your perspective in life. But either way, it keeps falling. So apologies because I keep adjusting. I think Billy Porter wore orange and he's black. Come on, Steve, for making the correlation. Yeah. I love me some Steve McLean, child. So sticking in the realm of annoyances, and I hate to do this because Dexter, me and you have gone back and forth throughout the year about the years about our girl Kiki Palmer, and I'm always like, no, that's my girl. It's okay, stop it. But this latest thing
Mhm.
that started coming up, and I said, okay, Kiki, let's talk, girl. So she recently said, I think this actually might have been today or yesterday, but she recently made a post and she said, if we've had a falling out, and we're just no longer friends anymore, I'm going to need you to go ahead and scrub your internets and take all your pictures of me off. I'm sorry. As a person who is trying to really embrace, you can't dictate things that are totally out of your control. Kiki, stop. Stop. Like, is this real? Like, what are your thoughts on this? Because we kind of talked about it earlier. Like, do we really think that that's I mean, I guess it depends on how offensive the person was. But at the end of the day, I'm like, if we had a falling out and you know we're not cool anymore, if it makes you happy to keep my picture, if you want to just relish in my face, you want to go on your page and be reminded of me on a daily basis because my life, like me, and just thinking of the good times that we used to have together, that makes you happy, then so be it, do it. But that's in your page. Why does she feel the need that she has to dictate of what's going on somebody else's page?
Take me off of your page right now.
No,
And like if
page.
if we have a falling out and we're not friends anymore, I want to be off of your page for multiple reasons. One,
Okay.
I don't align with your characteristics. I don't
Mhm.
be associated with a person like you. I don't want
Yeah.
anything to do with
Okay, Nita.
I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want anybody else to look at that and think that we're friends,
Uh-huh.
that we're associates, that we were ever friends. To be honest with you, I want nothing to do with you. So if we have a fight,
Mm-hmm.
please take me off of your page. If we get
Mm-hmm.
we get back together and we become cool again, don't put me up there no more either. Because like
We're not.
we won't be cool.
It's not happening.
But
Yeah.
for me, I'm really big on like energy and just clout chasing stuff. Like I want no parts of it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Me off of your page. We're not cool.
Well,
Because the thing is, the way when somebody new beats,
mhm.
they're gonna go through your page and they're gonna be like, oh, the person knows XYZ. I don't want that associated with me. Like I don't want you because the thing is, whatever you did to me, you probably gonna turn around and do it to the next person. I don't want that next
Yeah.
person to look at me and think like, oh, you associate with people that do stuff like that. I'm good. You're a scammer. You're a liar. You're a cheater. Whatever it is, I want nothing.
Okay.
Take me off.
So this is my perspective, and I'm going to play basically kind of the same, but different.
Mhm.
So on my page, you're getting the fuck scrubbed. You're dead to me. You don't exist. You did me dirty. You have me on your page like we're besties. You know it's been a year. It's been a good amount of time because sometimes all people go through their ups and downs, and y'all might have a little beef, but give it a little bit, and y'all be best friends a week later once that temper's cool. But it's certain levels of no, you know what the fuck you did. So if you're in the streets and somebody is going to your page and they're like, oh, you know this person. If that person comes to me and asks me, no, I'm going to give you the real. And then you're going to look fucking stupid because most people, it's common sense.
If they
Go to your page, I'm flooded on your page, but then you come to my page and there's no sign that you ever existed. People smart people kind of know that you're trying to do this for clout and I don't fuck with you.
wait, that's an if though, because think about it. Like think about it as far as me and you, right?
Yes.
Like, when we work together, we're on each other's pages and stuff like that. We're friends. When I left, there was a person who works in my new job who knows you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They seen me on your page and stuff like that. If me and you weren't cool, and that person like saw me and doing all this stuff like that or whatever, there's a really good chance that they would look at it and they'd be like, "Oh, how are you and Toya? Like, how's Toya doing or whatever?" I know we don't fool with each other. The person might not come back and ask you whatever, but now I'm kicking your name, I'm kicking your back in because I can. Like this person came.
But here's the thing. Well, but that's the point. At that turn, you're a fan because you kicking my back in, yet you're living your best life on your socials with me on your page. You're a fan, and just say that.
take the stuff down or whatever. But like, yeah, like she's dirty. She did this, that, and the third. She steals. You know how people are like just lie and make up stuff. Just take.
And and like you said, Dexter, if all of that were true and that really happened, I'm a liar, I'm a stealer, this and that bitch is dirty again. Why am I on your page? Why are you obsessed with me? And I'm over here not thinking about you. You obsessed. You are crazy.
Well, you know me. I don't play games like that. Like when I don't like people, I unfollow them on social media. Like I don't want no association. Like I'm done with you. Like
you don't think that's recently.
People I used to work with. That I don't.
That's it. You didn't have to cut me off.
I don't. Actually, they don't fool with me, and I don't fool with them. So like, it's the same thing. These same people would talk trash about me and keep me on their.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you want me to be on your page if you don't like me? Why do you keep me on your page? Get rid of me, and you won't get rid of me, so I'll get rid of you.
Hi, baby brother, Vibin Jones, 18. Guess which brother that is, Dexter?
I know that's not Christian. That's not Christian. No, they let you out, huh?
Now, Dexter, tell the people, our good commenters, why you've had that reaction over my brother Christian.
Say he's 18?
No, he might have been 18 when he created that, but he grown as shit. Paying bills.
I didn't see it. Okay. So I
was trying to pin the comment, but I can't do it. Sorry.
I've known Toya for 5 years. Yeah, because I worked there for 5 years. I know her for 5 years, right? Maybe the first 2 years, we probably didn't talk about family that much. Yeah. The last 3 years, like, we talked about family. I've met three of her brothers, her sister, her mom, her dad, her boyfriend at the time, her cousin. Who else? I met all these people, whatever. More than once too. Like, I think I follow people on social media. Like, I know her family, right? So then one day she's talking and she goes, "Yeah, and my brother Christian, and mind you, she has siblings on both sides or whatever. And I don't really know like one side a lot. I don't know like a lot, but I know who they are.
Total, it's 9 of us guys total. But so
yeah, my brother Christian, and I'm like, who is that? Guys, I even know her nephew. Her nephew, she's 2 nephews and a niece.
Yes.
And I'm like, and she's like, "Oh, Christian, my brother Christian." I'm like, "Well, where does he fit in?" She's like, "Oh, well, he's like young, so you never met him." But I'm like, "I met your sister, who is younger than him." And like, she swears up and down, she talks about this boy all the time, y'all. She's never mentioned him. Like, Christian, she don't talk about you. Now she probably talks about you the most, actually. I feel like we talk about him more often now. Like,
we definitely do, because Christian, and that's why he in here laughing. Christian is always like, he's the one that holds the special place in the heart, because he's low-key like a weirdo.
I never said that before.
Like even in our group chat, like with the siblings, you'd be like, "Christian, what the fuck?" But it makes it great. Like, he's funny, but Christian has always kind of done his own thing. Like, I'm here, but I'm out here. I'm good. Y'all ain't see me, but I'm good. I'm out here. If something was wrong, I'd let you know. So he's always been more like the self-sufficient one, I guess.
Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, you do know him, this, that, and the third." I'm like, "Tell me about him." And she would be naming all this stuff. And I have a really good memory. Like, and I'm like, no. Well,
you don't know my brother LaDon, and he's kind of like Christian.
I've heard that.
Very.
But I've heard that. But she said,
because these the ones, they don't like bringing attention to themselves. They just be on some chill. I'm good, sis.
It's really funny though, because I give her like a really hard time about this, but like 90% of the people who know me, when they find out that I have siblings, they be like, "You're not an only child." And I be like, "No." Like,
what you mean? Yeah.
And I guess I never talk about my siblings like that. I talk about my siblings.
Yeah. I think it's just I don't know. I guess it's a common thing, as most of our friends aren't fully integrated in our lives in every single aspect. And especially with us, we know, like, having brothers and sisters, we try to navigate this stuff on our own, like, and going through it. I don't have time to give you the motherfucking rundown and the highlights about all the siblings. So if it comes up, If you trust me, if you're being talked about and you've met them, you in good company. Here, you part of the crew.
At the wedding, there were a lot of people that were like, "I didn't know you had siblings." I'm like, "What?" Like,
What at the wedding? They was sitting there like, how about who this woman?
what is that?
I love it. Mexico, we really got to can we please recreate this? Even, I mean, right now, we're going to be a millionaire status soon because it's coming. But in the meantime, can we just do it like maybe every other year then? It doesn't have to be every year, but every other year, can we recreate Mexico in a different location?
Remember I told you this morning I woke up to 5 different trips being planned for me? Like,
well, we talked about it.
It was somebody that was from this group that's like, we got to do a group trip or whatever. And like, I think it's going to happen.
Okay, that's all right. Because you know when you know our cousins, the beginning of the year, New Year, everybody got crushed vibes. Let's do this. We're going here. We're going there. We're going there. You got 5 trips. Relatively, you might be lucky if 3 happen.
It's
with our cousins.
One of the trips was me and my wife were going to take a trip, and she was like, "I think we should post that one." And I'm like, "Okay." So we're down to 4 trips now. She's included in 3 out of the 4. So like we look good. Looks like it's
okay. That's good. So it's dwindling down already, and not too much pressure. But the big ones, the ones that you're like, okay, depending on location, those are the ones you want to press on. And like, y'all, let's do this shit. So it just is what it is. So we got to that. We're not going to stay on much longer. Antonio Brown, what's happening, sweetie? I know he has mental issues. Is it CTE?
Huh?
Is it CTE?
Nobody said exactly what it is. They just saying that like first off, he made headlines a couple weeks ago because basically he gave them a fake vaccination card. So he was in
Happy New Year, Little Rock, Arkansas, and I'm sorry, Promo Stevie. That's going to be the real trip because we need to go back home to Dexter's home down south. That's going to be the ultimate trip for me. This needs to happen, but continue. I'm sorry.
Wait, where's South Carolina? I think it is.
Yeah, Promo Stevie is in South Carolina. Yes, Charleston.
Maybe you can come up here.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. CTE Antonio Brown. Apologies.
Yeah, Antonio Brown. Like he made headlines because he gave the fake vaccination card, and then this was a while ago. Well, like a month ago. December was 3 years, so it was in December. So then, he's playing the game, whatever. They're losing, by the way, to the Jets, and you can tell, like you can see in the pictures and videos, whatever, that he seems like he got upset about something, and it's natural. You're watching the game, whatever, the player be upset. The next thing you know, like he pulls his jersey off, and you know the jersey has the pads and all this stuff like that. He pulls the whole thing off, he throws it, and then he's like, I think he's like an beater or something like that. So then he pulls off his gloves, he throws his gloves, and then he just starts to like skip off the field, low key, and it was just like, what is happening here? Like, and then that was it. And he didn't say anything. But then afterwards, they were asking about him in the post game interviews. They did end up winning too. They beat the Jets, which is not surprising. They were losing though. They were losing. And that's shocking because it's the Bucs, and they shouldn't be losing to the Jets, but they were. And then they said like he's no longer a Buccaneer. Like they fired him. Like they're done with him, and it's just people obviously made jokes about it because it was kind of funny to see it happen. Then you start to think about it, and it's like there may be mental issues, there may be some CTE going on there. So like they're like, you know, like it's not funny, don't laugh at it, so forth and so on. But like,
don't tell me what to laugh at because who ain't never want to be on a job and y'all doing the bullshit and just all right, I'm gonna go. We've all had those moments and some of us have done it, but listen, so we're not going to do that, but mental illness is nothing to play with. We all know, we've seen multiple, again, I don't know much about damn sports, but he's always a topic of conversation. I just wanted to be at a space of they really need to get this man some help. I do understand, and I like what Tom Brady said in response, like, listen, I mean, not that he was the savior, but we really have to consider what this person is going through, and there's love there. We just don't want him to be, not, he didn't say that, but in my mind, I'm like, to be a danger to himself. So knowing that you're dealing with somebody who's mentally not there all of the way, rather it's CTE or maybe he was diagnosed with something prior to that. At the end of the day, we just want him well. Sucks that he's not a player anymore, but regardless of what you're going through in your journey of mental illness, that's just uncalled for. You can't do stuff like that and not have any proper repercussions. Or but what I don't need, OJ, shut the hell up. Why y'all keep letting OJ speak? And why do y'all just keep giving him like attention to like just a avenue to speak about stuff like this?
They recently suspended Marjorie Taylor Greene's in Twitter account. They suspended, and she's basically a person. She's in Congress, and she's just racist, really. And they suspended her Twitter. Like she's like a female version of Donald Trump.
Okay.
But they suspended her Twitter. Like, they don't want her talking anymore. Like, why can't we give O.J. Simpson the same treatment? Like, why can't we get
please
Twitter account?
Please.
He does these videos. He uploads them to Twitter, and like, enough is enough.
I don't want it. There's nothing at all that O.J. can tell us. He done already tell it. If I told us if I did it, this is how. So we like, just shut up. Shut up. Go find your kids if they want to have anything to do with you, and just try to live the rest of your life as happy as you can, knowing that you done killed that woman, child, and that man.
Speaking of O.J. Simpson, I want y'all to try this test out. And like, if y'all record it, hashtag the comments and tag me and Toya in it.
Okay.
I have a theory. If you ask somebody, if you know somebody who's anti-vax, right? Just think of this person in your head. Are you anti-vax?
Okay.
They have to be black, though.
That's the only way it works. Okay, go ahead.
You gotta be like, are you anti-vax? They'll be like, yeah. Then say, do you think O.J. Simpson did it? I guarantee you they'll say no.
The O.J. challenge?
If you ask a person who is anti-vax, did O.J. do it? They're gonna say, no, he did not do it. I wonder to bet on that.
I would agree with you. And I also feel as though these are the same people who think Jussie Smollett, like, them racist people really chased him down that street and put a noose on him.
So I don't know about Jussie because these people are probably homophobic too. So I'm telling you, try the challenge. Try it. I can guarantee you, like, if people who think OJ is innocent, it did not kill that woman, they're anti-vax. And
I like that.
Willing to die on.
I like that. Usually my personal challenge when it comes to like the anti-vaxxers, my go-to question is, when's the last time you've been to the doctor?
Oh, you know them.
Well, I don't do because Dr. Sabi, what?
Toya, yes.
I told somebody, I said, no offense, like, I just hate how people they act like herbal remedies and like these generations and thousands of years methods can't lie in sync with modern medicine. And that's the thing I think that bothers me the most. And then you'll be like, well, when you been to the doctor? No, doctor, I don't do that. So I was like, if you get your fucking leg cut off today, where the fuck you going? Go see your herbalist. They'll patch you right the fuck back up. Go see your herbalist and let me know how that worked out. Keep your ass out the hospital. Don't go looking for no damn doctor talking about patch me up, doc. Nah, because them herbs and them trees that Dr. Sabi to be putting out there, that's all you need.
But I don't have anything against holistic medicine. I just don't. It's just weird that people get into this mindset. But
yes, it's just like, oh, God. So that's usually my challenge to people. And so when you've been to the doctor, I don't go to no doctor. You probably, since you don't go to the doctor, you need the vaccine. You ain't had no kind of mock-up, no checkup, no nothing about nothing. You don't know what the hell is playing on in your body, playing in there. And so go get the vaccine, please. One more thing. We can get into this one next week because I really wanted to address this. Because when all this was going on, the height of Kamala, Huh?
Oh, I'll talk to you about next week. Maybe a little challenge. We might have to go like a different day.
That's fine. Yeah, no, that's
I'm
fine. We can go on a Tuesday or Wednesday.
going to a wrestling event next week.
All right, guys. So you heard it here first.
You'll see me
You
there.
will see us next week, but you won't see us on a Monday because Dex is going to be living his best damn life and better not no wrestlers die because.
You know,
Wait, hold on. Is my girl Trinity going to be there?
no, she's like Friday. Oh, I got to get with you after this. So I got to ask you a question too.
Okay. All right, so let's just get into this because this was something that trended and was crazy, and it's kind of like based off of what we do too. So even though we're not there yet, but we're on our way. This whole interview with Kamala and our boy Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
So people, I mean, I see where Charlotte was coming from, and I'm all for. I mean, they're politicians. At the end of the day, they're public servants. They work for us. But at the same time, you have to have some type of level of respect for sometimes people's titles and where they've ended up in life. So I feel like where Charlotte kind of went wrong is this. Like, you have the vice president of the United States up there, and the nigga's literally damn near sitting up with his feet up.
Because, you know,
Feet up on the desk. Kamala, what's up?
With his show, he tries to create like a at home kind of feeling so that it's like I want to be leisurely or whatever.
Get that, but
I think my biggest issue with that is that Charlemagne, who I like actually,
yes.
Charlemagne had Kamala Harris on there, and he asked her, "Who's the real president? Is it Joe Manchin or is it Joe Biden?" Which was like stunning, but you know that's a question that people are asking.
That's a good question.
Joe Manchin is a Democrat, and he's like he's anti everything. Like he opposes like so many like the big like which one that I can think of. He like the paid leave situation for like parents.
Okay.
Like there's big things that Democrats want that Joe Manchin opposes, and we're not getting these things either. So it just kind of
okay.
And that's the reason why people are like, so like who's running the country here, you or him? Because like he's opposing all this stuff as a Democrat, but like you guys aren't doing anything about it. Like y'all are really kind of like letting him get his way. So it was kind of a fair question to ask. It was just
And what title does Joe Manchin have? Like, what is his job?
I think it's a senator or a congressman or something like that.
And he basically has influence over Joe. I'm guessing they're buddies or friends. So
I really don't understand why. Like, it just seems like he disagrees with all this stuff. It's. I mean, it comes out and we know about it because you kind of can't disagree with it. Like as a supposed to be on this side, but like he just isn't, and that's the reason why we about it. But I don't know why like it matters.
Okay.
But my bigger issue is that like Charlemagne said that to Kamala Harris, but when Charlemagne has other guests like Travis Scott, who he just recently interviewed,
Yes.
it's like we're light on him, and it's just kind of one of those things like you are going hard on the vice president, but you are like lowballing it when it comes to an artist who's more in your wheelhouse, who just kind of like, you know, like let these people die. Like it just, I don't.
Yeah.
It's really weird to me, and this is why like I feel like there are certain people who are journalists and there's people that are not journalists, and Charlamagne's not.
Yeah.
And I just want us to stop doing that. Like
But I think that's what it is. People go super hard because he's not, and they, like you said, they confuse the two. Yes, he's a personality, and we're not taking anything away from Charlotte in any way, shape, or form because you're able to have these connections to the masses and a lot of times get the questions answered that we want, or just that real experience. But at the end of the day, like, come on. I don't know. Is that our fault for allowing like these more so personalities to just drive stuff rather than, because I'm just a person of,
I don't think,
yes, this is fun. We do this, but there got to be some like real seriousness to it as well too.
I don't think that's our fault because it's not true. Like it's
yeah.
Like we see the ratings for the Breakfast Club. It's not like they have the highest ratings in the country. They don't. So like not that. Like they're putting these people there because they can control them, and they think that Charlamagne speaks for the culture. Like they're making him that person. Like in reality, there's multiple people, but like he doesn't speak for us. We would say that.
Thank you. If you talk to the people in the culture, talk to us.
Like he doesn't speak for us, but they, and when I say they, I don't really know who they is.
The powers that be.
Yeah.
The powers that be.
They're pushing him into this platform because, like like I said, like you can look at the ratings. The ratings are not like that's not what this is. Like you guys are putting in a position of power and like forcing it on us and saying like voice of black people, and that's just what it is. Someone just asked if I saw the Migos with Randy Orton, the wrestler. I did. It was incredible.
you were in heaven, huh? Somebody else said something, but now Steve McLean said something about Joe Manchin, but they won't.
He was basically saying like the same thing like that I was saying that Joe. Somebody actually said that Joe Manchin is an undercover Donald Trump lover, which is criticism that I've heard a lot about him.
I could see that, but now here's another thing. Okay, we'll go on this ended on politics again with our boy Donnie T. You know, normally I don't fuck with him. I don't care for him. Dexter Cycling. Are you guys seeing us? Dexter Cycling. We might have to table this until next week, but this is the universe saying, get your asses off of this damn thing. People got shit to do. We got to eat and clean and get ready for our night activities. Ain't nobody got no time to be sitting up here looking at y'all. Okay, so Dex is still cycling. I'm not even seeing any comments come up, so I don't. Okay, wait. So Allie Kipper said he's there. I'm going to give it some time to see if possible Dex will come back. Okay, Allie Kipper said Dex is blurred. He's gone now. So if he comes back, we'll get into one last point regarding our once fearless leader, Donnie T. If he doesn't, please remind me, guys, to bookmark this because we got to talk about it next week. Angela said Dex is looking like my eye test. All right, guys, we are going to give him just a few seconds. Actually, let me see. Oh, shit, it's 7:30, so we've already been on for almost an hour and a half anyway. I'm telling you, this is the universe saying, like, stop talking. Like, y'all, I know y'all been gone for a while, but shit, like, just stop it. All right, I'm going to check in here to see if he's in. Nope, no request. Okay, so we are going to table this for tonight. We basically covered everything anyway, but again, next week, we're going to talk about our ex-fearless leader, Donnie T, and the interview he did with, what is her name? She is so damn annoying, but what is her name? What is her name? Domestic. I have it on here. Let me just find it. She's a Republican, young black girl. Her name is not right here, but young black Republican girl in her 30s who just grinds my gears. So, yeah, we'll talk about that next week. Steve said he got tired of your damn ring light. You see the adjusted and the ghetto-ness of it all? But listen, you got to make a way out of no way, and that's what I'm about, Steve. With that said, yes, Candace Owens. Thank you, Ron Divas. Candace Owens. So, yes. Next week, we will start it off talking about the Candace Owens Donald Trump interview. So thank you guys so very much for watching. We are back. The comments are here. Thank you guys for being so patient about us just bouncing and we ain't say nothing to y'all. And for that, I apologize. Everybody have an amazing, happy New Year. Not just the new year. We want the happiness to continue when the year ain't new anymore. So just put in those vibes for everybody in the atmosphere. Thank you all so much for watching. Y'all show up and show out, and we wouldn't have a show if it wasn't for you guys. YouTubers, we're back. Love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Bye. Love you. Love you, Savy.